700 men died that morning on that tiny strip of sand. Another 1,500 wounded, 300 missing, dragged under the waves. Pearson, Williams, Krasinski. All good men. By sunset, over 156,000 men had come ashore. The invasion had begun. Or, as my CO used to say, hell opened its gates. The night before, the largest airborne operation in history dropped 3 divisions of paratroopers behind enemy lines. And their objective was to seize major roadways and prevent a counterattack that could jeopardize the entire invasion. Success on D-Day depended entirely on these men. The airborne landings were scattered all across their drop zones. Units were separated. It was chaos. It took some men 3 days to find their outfits, and some were never found. But even so, they took the Germans completely by surprise and secured all roads to the beaches. Their next objective was the crossroad town of Carentan that linked Omaha and Utah beaches.
To prevent the Axis from driving a wedge between the Allied beachheads, the town of Carentan must be captured. We will approach from the north and move into the center of town. The church is our first objective. Once we take the church, it'll serve as our field HQ. Now, we expect the 6th Fallschirmjäger Regiment to fanatically defend the town square. When we secure the square, Carentan will be under our control. The U.S. First Army is marching north up the Kotinin Peninsula, so securing a supply line to Cherbourg is our new objective. It's been codenamed the Red Ball Express. Able and Dog companies will penetrate down this road as far as possible and secure it. During the advance, our flanks will be exposed. This area has a lot of walled courtyards and hedgerows, so watch for ambush.
The Red Ball Express meant priority freight. Lots of it. We must have trucked 1 million tons of supplies up that goddamn road. But Jerry wasn't about to let his key port city go without a fight. And fight he did.
The 9th and 79th will be making the attack from the south, supported by the 4th Cav. Able and Dog companies will be central to the assault, striking directly at the main docks. This will be the most heavily defended part of the city. We can expect some heavy resistance.
I've been told we captured over 40,000 German prisoners in Cherbourg. It was hard to accept that we fought so hard for this port, and all we got was a huge ruin. The Germans had destroyed it so badly that it was months before we could use it. Taking the city did have its perks, though. Hidden in a bunker, we found secret Nazi documents.
Here are schematics of the actual V-2 rocket itself. The launch base is hidden in a valley to the south near the town of Santavast. It appears to be half buried in the hillside and is still under construction. The launch platform itself is heavily defended, ruling out a direct bomber strike. Therefore, this will be an airborne operation. After nightfall, we will land paratroopers within the perimeter walls of the base and assault the launch platform on foot. This is a highly dangerous mission. Godspeed.
It was disturbing to see how far advanced the Nazi war machine had come. Smart as our guys were, we had nothing like this.
With Cherbourg secured, Supreme Allied Command has identified our next priority, the crossroad town of St. Lo. Now, the only place we can cross the River Vir is right here. Unfortunately, we have very limited intelligence on this area. Able Company will move in after dawn. We have lost contact with Charlie Company. Their orders were to take Hill 192. They failed. We know that the elite Panzer Lehr Division has been assigned to defend St. Lo. Panzer Ace Joseph Gunter Schultz has been spotted in the area. Before we can take St. Lo, Able Company needs to capture Hill 192. Now that we have Hill 192, we are in position to take St. Lo. Recon indicates the town is already in very bad shape, and the Germans are going to be dug in deep. There will be a lot of cover and obstacles in this terrain. Earlier this morning, the 8th Air Force carpet-bombed the Panzer Lehr Division to the brink of extinction. Surviving Panther tanks are withdrawing. Able Company, supported by the 4th Cav, will be pursuing them. To counter the heavily armored Panther tanks, we've been supplied with M10 tank destroyers.
Some officers never earn your respect. Captain McKay had mine from day one. Boot camp, Fort Riley, Kansas. I knew he'd keep us alive.
We're being redeployed off the front lines to the town of Mortain. We will relieve Dog Company, who are holding Hill 317. Lieutenant Conti is now in command. Captain Schultz survived the destruction of the Panzer Lehr Division. Battle reports show his Tiger Group and has knocked out 17 Allied tanks and destroyed Baker Company. With those Tigers in position, we can't cut off the German retreat. He must be removed. 300,000-strong German 7th Army is in full retreat. Our objective is to cut them off and prevent them from crossing the Rhine and setting up a defensive line. British, Canadian, and Polish forces are moving in from the north. U.S. divisions led by Able Company will seal the pocket from the south. Having achieved air superiority, we can strike the retreating German convoys at will. All of what we have achieved since D-Day now hangs in the balance. If we prevail, the fate of the German army will be sealed, and the war for Europe will be won.